Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's NFL boy Brandon back with another NFL boy podcast episode. This is episode 3, I believe. We do not have our co-host here tonight. Mr. McDolphin said that his head is hurting and that he is not going to be able to join us tonight. So that sucks. But we are going to be doing this solo. So basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look by division of the players that have already been signed. We're going to be taking a look by division at the players that have already been signed. I'm going to be breaking down the big ones with you guys, and we're going to be talking about that. And then we're going to be taking a look at the 15 to 20 free agents that are still free agents. And we're going to be going over how we feel about that, how we think they, what teams we think they would fit best on, and all that kinds of stuff. But yeah, so hang on. I'm trying to find son of a bitch. Dad sent it to me on text messenger, so I'm not going to be able to pull it up on he sent me it on text message. But yeah, anyways, we will go ahead and we'll start breaking that down. Let's see here. All right. So you guys are just going to have to listen to me. We're going to have to talk about it because Dad sent it to me on text message, not messenger, so I have no way to pull it up for you guys. But anyways, all right, so the big one is for the Buffalo Bills. They re-signed quarterback Josh Allen. They gave Allen a new 6-year contract worth $330 million with $250 million fully guaranteed. And this was reported by Ian Rappaport. Now, my thing about this whole signing is I think it's a good signing. I can understand why Buffalo did it. But for a dude that has never won in the playoffs, well, has won in the playoffs, but chokes further in the playoffs and like the divisional and conference round. I think $330 million is a bit crazy for my liking. But then again, I hate the Buffalo Bills anyway, so I love seeing it. All right, their next biggest signing, in my opinion, came at a shock, and it did not come out of shock for the right reason. They agreed to terms with wide receiver Joshua Palmer on a 3-year, $36 million contract with $18 million fully guaranteed. Again, Joshua Palmer is a really good wide receiver. He has been for the Los Angeles Chargers. But I don't know if I would have gave him $36 million. He's not a true number one. Now that $18 million fully guaranteed makes me feel better about the situation. But I don't think I would have still gave him $36 million. You know? All right, now the really big signing by the Buffalo Bills, and I think this is the last one that we got to go through. No, there's one more after this. They signed Joey Bosa on a 1-year, $12.6 million contract. $12 million of that is fully guaranteed. This one hurt me when I seen it. Joey Bosa is a really good player. He has been, even with the Los Angeles Chargers. The only thing is he can't stay healthy. And I'm really hoping that he cannot stay healthy this year. Because if he does stay healthy, he's about to wreck shit for the Buffalo Bills. All right, now the last one for the Buffalo Bills is they signed edge rusher Greg Rousseau to a 4-year, $80 million contract that includes $54 million guaranteed. This one was reported by Tom Pelissero. Oh man, you got Joey Bosa on one side and now Greg Rousseau on the other side. Yeah, they're about to have a excellent 1-2 punch, with in Buffalo. So, what's up, Uncle Rich? What's up? But yeah, that's about to be a great 1-2 punch right there between Joey Bosa and Greg Rousseau. Okay. So, Miami Dolphins is up next. They're one of the funniest signings I think they have is the MILF lover Zach Wilson has signed a 1-year contract with the Miami Dolphins per Ian Rappaport, which I thought was pretty funny. Outside of that, there's really nobody else on here that I know too much about. Oh my God. Well, that is true, Uncle Gus. But you also got to think Alan Chokes. Yeah, I know, Uncle. Rich. I seen that. Okay, so we're done with that. Okay, so here is another team that I wanted to get to. New England Patriots. Man, we have done a lot in free agency, and I really like all the additions that New England has done. So first and foremost, we signed wide receiver Mac Hollins to a 2-year, $8.4 million deal. This actually pissed me off because they skipped out on trading for DK Metcalf. Tried to get Godwin, but Godwin didn't want to come to us, so he went back to Tampa Bay. And they missed out on all the good wide receivers. And then they're just like, okay, we're going to give you Patriot fans Mac Hollins. Like, what the fuck? Nobody wants Mac Hollins. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. He was good for the Buffalo Bills, but watch him be ass for New England. I guarantee it. New England re-signed Austin Hooper to a 1-year, $5 million deal. This is good. It tells me that we're going to continue running the 2 tight end scheme, which has always worked for New England. So I like that re-signing. Now, a big one. We know how ass the offensive line it was last season, especially if you're a New England fan. We know how awful the offensive line was. So New England said, okay, we're going to take a little bit more care of Drake May this season, and they went out and signed Morgan Moses to a 3-year, $24 million contract. I like this. Morgan Moses has been a pretty good offensive lineman. There were certainly other better ones out there than Morgan Moses, but Morgan Moses hasn't been bad. And then they went out and got a shitload of defensive players. They signed edge Harold Landry to a 3-year, $43.5 million contract. I like this a lot. It made sense because Mike Vrabel is from Tennessee, and Harold Landry came over from Tennessee. So that was a great signing. And then we went out and got Milton Williams from the Philadelphia Eagles. This man is going to be a great 1-2 punch with Christian Barmore. We signed him to a 4-year, $104 million contract. I really like it a lot, man. I really do. And then we went out and got linebacker Robert Spillin. I have no idea how the fuck you pronounce his last name. But again, this dude led the Las Vegas Raiders in sacks last season. I think it said in total in his entire career, he has like 158 tackles or some shit. So he should be a really good linebacker. And then the one that I'm really excited about, we got a 1-2 punch with Christian Gonzalez and our newest cornerback, Carlton Davis, out of Detroit. We agreed to a 3-year, $60 million contract with him. Uncle Gus, I feel like you're fucking me right now. There is no way that you like Daniel Jones coming to Indianapolis. Daniel Jones is ass. All they did there was take an already bad situation because Anthony Richardson cannot stay healthy and made it worse by adding an ass quarterback like Daniel Jones. But yeah, anyways, New England goes out and gets Carlton Davis, and I really like that because it's going to be a great 1-2 punch with him and Christian Gonzalez. All right, now on to the Jets. So the Jets signed Justin Fields to a 2-year, $40 million contract. This one kind of hurt because New England and Rams both rocketed it this year. Who the hell did the Rams even get? Listen, the Rams the Rams just released Cooper Kupp. I'm hoping New England signs him. But anyways, Justin Fields signs a 2-year, $40 million deal with the New York Jets. This one kind of hurt because me and Dad both like Justin Fields. We were wondering where the hell he was going to go, and of course it just so happened to be right into our division. So now we no longer like Justin Fields. But yeah, there really isn't any other big signings by the New York Jets. All right, the Baltimore Ravens. Happy Wednesday, Daniel. What's up, brother? What's up? Anyways, for the Baltimore Ravens, they just signed a new addition to their team yesterday, and that's DeAndre Hopkins. D-Hop going to the Baltimore Ravens on a 1-year, $60 million contract. This is a great signing. For the Baltimore Ravens, this is great signing because it's going to be more help for Lamar Jackson. And I feel like D-Hop is going to have really good chemistry with Lamar Jackson there. So I'm excited about that. But the next biggest one that they did was they re-signed offensive tackle Ronnie Stanley to a 3-year, $60 million contract. That one sucked ass because I was really hoping that, let me rephrase that. That's really good if you're a Ravens fan, but really sucks ass for people like my team and Dad's team and all the other teams that need offensive linemen. Because Ronnie Stanley is a great offensive tackle, and I was really hoping he would become a free agent and hopefully sign with New England, but that did not happen. Great re-sign by the Baltimore Ravens there. All right, on to the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals franchise tagged T. Higgins. We will see if T. Higgins signs that tag. I'm not sure if he has signed that yet or not. I will have to look into that and let you guys know later on. But another great re-sign that they did was they re-signed Mike Gesicki to a 3-year deal worth $25.5 million deals. $1 million, with $12 million of that coming in year one of the 3-year contract. So this was a really good re-sign by the Cincinnati Bengals here. We know how much send Rodgers to Miami. I mean, I could see that. Dude, I've been hearing multiple places that Rodgers is going to go. They've been saying that Rodgers is going to sign with New York. Then I saw something about Pittsburgh might be interested in him. There's been a couple more teams that I can't think of right now that's been interested in him. But yeah, dude, Mike Gesicki re-signing there is great because we know how much Joe Burrow wants to try to keep all of his pieces intact on the offensive side of the ball. So that's definitely why they franchise tagged T. Higgins and then got a yeah, there we go. Yeah, Pittsburgh, New York. I've also heard the Vikings. Yes. Pittsburgh, New York Giants, Vikings. I haven't seen anything about the Dolphins being interested yet, but I could definitely see that, Uncle Gus. That would not shock me if you went to Miami. Now, who would you start in that case? Would you start Tua or would you start Rodgers? All right, moving forward here. They re-signed BJ Hill to a 3-year, $33 million contract. That's a really good signing again. And that's really it for Cincinnati. All right, so for Cleveland, they went out and got Kenny Pickett in a trade with the Eagles, and they gave Darnell Thomas Robertson to the Philadelphia Eagles for Kenny Pickett. Now, Kenny Pickett is not by any means going to be the starting quarterback. I've been hearing a lot of rumors that they're still wanting to get Kirk Cousins to be their starting quarterback. So, yeah, we will see what happens there. We will see if they get Kirk Cousins. Now, a big signing that they made, dude. A big signing. They re-signed Myles Garrett to a 4-year extension for $123 million, fully guaranteed. A-Rod can't go to Miami. They already have a quarterback with a brand new. Oh my God, that is fucked up, Uncle Richard. That is fucked up. But yeah, they got the signing done with Myles Garrett, man. We heard a lot of rumors that Myles Garrett might be moving on. We heard a lot of rumors that Myles Garrett might be moving on. There were some rumors about him possibly being traded, and then there was something coming out that he was not going to sign a contract at all with Cleveland. And then something broke about the owner hadn't even started talking to Myles Garrett. And then within like 3 days after that, here's a contract. You know what I'm saying? So great on the Browns. We can officially say that they've actually done something smart. All right, I think about the biggest one for Pittsburgh. Actually, there's two big ones. They traded for DK Metcalf. They gave a second-round pick of this year's draft. Pittsburgh did for DK Metcalf, and then extended him to a 4-year, $132 million extension. And that's a great move by Pittsburgh, man. All they did was go out and get George Pickens, another great wide receiver. Now it's going to be interesting to see who plays 1 and who plays 2 this year. I think DK Metcalf is a little bit better than George Pickens, so I would have DK at 1, George Pickens at 2 if I was Pittsburgh. But we will definitely see about that. And then the only other noticeable one for the Pittsburgh Steelers is that they just signed today, a couple hours ago, Darius Slay to a 1-year, $10 million contract. This is very interesting for 2 reasons. A, it's a great signing by Pittsburgh because they did need a cornerback. But 2, it makes it even more interesting because this is the first time in his entire career that Darius Slay will be playing in the AFC. He's played the NFC his entire career. Oh my God, Uncle Gus, that is so fucked up. Listen, why you wishing death on this man? All right. Okay, about the only biggest one I'm seeing here for the actually there's 2 big ones here for the Houston Texans. The first one, they traded for Christian Kirk, gave a 7th round pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars to acquire Christian Kirk, which is going to be very interesting. They let Stephon Diggs go and got Christian Kirk, and I think that was a good decision because I think Christian Kirk is just as good as Stephon Diggs, and he's younger than Stephon Diggs. So I like this move by the Houston Texans. Secondly, they traded just today, I believe. They traded for C.J. Gardner-Johnson from the Philadelphia Eagles. This, again, kind of shocks me because, like, what the fuck is Philadelphia doing? Because they've already lost almost all of their defensive players, and then they're just like, oh, okay, we're just going to let our best safety go as well. So that made no sense to me, but that's going to be a great addition to Houston. C.J. Gardner-Johnson is a hell of a player. So they got a really good safety there. All right. With Indianapolis, let's get to this joke because this is about the only good signing that they've had so far, and it's still ass, so it's not even a good signing. They signed quarterback Daniel Jones to a 1-year, $14 million deal. Sorry about that. 1 year, $14 million. Now, listen, okay, when Jim Irsay came out and said, oh, yeah, we're going to bring in some talent to give Anthony Richardson some competition at starting quarterback. First of all, where the fuck do you see talent at in Daniel Jones? Secondly, Anthony Richardson better beat out Daniel Jones easily, or I'm never watching the fucking I'm never watching the Indianapolis Colts again. Yeah, right. And that's exactly why they released Cooper Kupp today, because Devontae Adams signed with them. That was a great signing, by the way, for the Rams. Anyways, I don't understand at all where you see the talent at with Daniel Jones. He's been ass. He's going to continue being ass. Aaron Rodgers. I mean, not Aaron Rodgers. Anthony Richardson better start over Daniel Jones, or I'm protesting against the Colts. All right. Anyways, on to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's see. Have they had any good signings? They went out and got wide receiver Dyami Brown to a 1 year, $10 million deal. I don't like this at all, man. You gave up Christian Kirk because you got Dyami Brown. Dyami Brown's not even Christian Kirk level. Dyami Brown is good, but he's not a number one. He's not even a solid 2. He's maybe a 3. So I don't like that move. But outside of that, there's really nothing else to talk about there. Nothing to talk about with the Texans. All right, this one is interesting to talk about. There's actually a few signings that's really good by Denver. So Denver signed Evan Ingram. They agreed to a 2-year, $23 million contract with $16.5 million of that being fully guaranteed. Now, this is interesting because this signing just happened, I want to say like an hour and a half ago. This signing just happened with Evan Ingram. And the funny thing about it was the only 2 teams that was interested in him was the Chargers and the Broncos that are both in the AFC West. So it was an AFC West showdown of who was going to get Evan Ingram, and the Denver Broncos pull away. And this was a great signing by Denver. Evan Ingram is a really good tight end, and he will for sure be their tight end number 1. So great signing by Denver there. Now, another great signing that Denver did. They went out and got Drake Greenlaw, agreed to a 3-year deal worth $35 million. Now, I'm kind of iffy about this one, okay? So, it's a good deal, but while it's a good deal, it's also risky because Drake Greenlaw is up there in age and he's coming off of an Achilles tear. So is he going to be able to get back to 100% health? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a risky move by Denver, but Denver apparently sees enough in him and believes in him. So yeah, that's all the signings by Denver. Trey Smith. This one sucks because Trey Smith is a really good offensive guard, and I really wanted him to get dropped or come to New England, like either get released or not signed and would hit free agency. But the Kansas City Chiefs franchise tagged him, and he will play on a $23.4 million contract for 2025. Nick Bolton signed to a 3-year, $45 million contract. All right, now we're on to the Las Vegas Raiders, and I got a lot of questions about Las Vegas here. So they trade for Geno Smith, give up a 3rd-round pick, and that was a really good decision, in my opinion, for Los Angeles. I think Geno Smith is going to do good. He did great for Pete Carroll when they were in Seattle together. Now they're going to be in the black and silver together, and I feel like he's going to do just as good. All right, Matt Crosby signed a 3-year, $106.5 million, $91.5 million of that is fully guaranteed. And that is interesting because that makes Matt Crosby the highest paid defensive player in NFL history. And I'm sorry, I understand that Matt Crosby is good, but is he $106 million good? That's the question I have. Apparently, Las Vegas felt like he was. I don't know if he is, but yeah. Yeah, I did see that they that they sign him. I don't know how good he is, though, Uncle Rich. All right, Najee Harris signed with the Los Angeles Chargers on a one-year deal worth $5.25 million. I like this move a lot here for Los Angeles, actually, because I like Najee Harris better than I do J.K. Dobbins. And Najee Harris is that two-way player. He can run the ball and catch out of the backfield. Now, Najee Harris is not by far nowhere's the best running back in this class. I think Nick Chubb is probably the best free agent running back, in my opinion, of course. But yeah, Najee Harris is pretty good, and the Los Angeles Chargers agreed with me there by signing him. Khalil Mack is going back to the Chargers on a one-year, $18 million contract. Now, this one kind of shocked me. Okay. That one kind of shocked me because I thought Khalil Mack was for sure going to go to another team. I really did. All right, this one was a big signing and kind of shocked me because I didn't even know that he was a free agent. But running back Javonte Williams signs a one-year, $3 million contract with the Dallas Cowboys. And I think this is a really good pickup for the Cowboys here. Javonte Williams was a great running back for the Denver Broncos. And now I'm expecting him to do much of the same with Dallas here. Rich, let us know in the comments how you feel about Javonte Williams coming to your team. Yeah, that's about the only player I know. Darius Slay is staying with the Giants. Outside of that, I don't really know anybody. They got, like I said, they got Darnell Thomas Robertson in the trade. Re-signed Saquon Barkley to a 2-year, $41 million extension. Marcus Mariota goes to Washington. Washington got Laremy Tunsil in a trade from the Texans for a 2025 fourth-round draft pick. Dude, that is a really good. What's up, Connor? That's a really good signing for the Washington Commanders because they already have really good talent in getting Deebo Samuel and all that. And then now you go out and get one of the game's best offensive linemen and Laremy Tunsil. Yeah, Washington is definitely building something over there. Bobby Wagner re-signed a 1-year, $9.5 million contract. That's good for Washington. Jonah Jackson goes to the Chicago Bears out of the Los Angeles Rams for a 6th-round pick. Then they go out and get Joe Thurney, or however the fuck you pronounce his name, from the Chiefs. They got him for a 2026 4th-round pick. Went out and signed a center. And that's really it. But that's all Chicago needed. All they needed was to rebuild the offensive line, and I feel like they have definitely done that. Listen, I think Washington will beat Philadelphia this coming year. I don't even think Philadelphia is going to make it far in the playoffs, if they even make it to the playoffs this year, because they've lost way too many defensive players. What? Javonte Williams is a good running back. Do you think he's going to be a starter? All right, Marcus Davenport goes to the Detroit Lions on a 1-year deal. That's really it. DJ Reader went to the Detroit Lions. Aaron Jones is staying with the Minnesota Vikings on a 2-year, $20 million deal. They got Ryan Kelly on a 2-year, $18 million deal. Jonathan Allen, they agreed to a 3-year, $51 million deal. Hargraves, Javon Hargraves goes to the Minnesota Vikings as well on a 2-year, $30 million deal. Brian Murphy is re-signed. Not very much more, though. Nothing going on there. Nothing going on there. Jawan Johnson re-signs on a 3-year, $30.75 million contract. Now, this was interesting. Okay. New Orleans had to get a deal done with this man because he was by far the best tight end in free agency. And there was a lot of teams out there looking for a free agent, but apparently Jawan Johnson wanted to go back to the New Orleans Saints. So they got the deal done. They also re-signed Chase Young to a 3-year, $51 million deal. And they agreed to terms with Justin Reed on a 3-year, $31.5 million deal. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers re-signed Chris Godwin to a 3-year, $66 million deal. Also re-signed Levante David to a 1-year, $10 million deal. They also got Hassan Reddick on a 1-year, $14 million deal. Josh Sweat goes to the edge out of Philadelphia, goes to the Arizona Cardinals on a 4-year, $76.4 million contract. All right, on to the Rams. The Rams re-signed didn't re-sign, but signed Davante Adams to a 2-year, $46 million contract. They also got Tutu Atwood on a 1-year, $2 million contract. Sam Darnold signs with the Seattle Seahawks on a 3-year, $100.5 million contract. $55 million of that is fully guaranteed. All right, that is all the signings. That is all the big signings for all 32 teams in the National Football League. All right, we're going to go over the top 15 free agents that are still left. All right, so Amari Cooper, well, yeah, but Puka was never a free agent. Got you. What? Nah, Jaden Daniels is a great quarterback, Uncle Gus. Uncle Rich. All right, so I'm guessing this has not been updated yet because they do not have Cooper Kupp on here. But my number one would be Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp, let's see, what was his stats at the end of the season? Hang on, let's see. Cooper Kupp's stats this season in 2024 with the Rams, he had 67 receptions, 710 yards, and 6 touchdowns. The last time he hit 1,000 yards with the Rams was in 2021, and he had 145 receptions, 1,947 yards, and 16 touchdowns. In his total career, he has 634 catches, 7,776 yards, and 57 touchdowns in his career with the Rams. Now, if New England does not pick this man up, I'm about to smack somebody's mama. All right, so yeah, my first one would be Cooper Kupp. And there's a handful of teams like New England, of course. The Jets, probably, the Chargers, the Vikings. There's going to be a handful of teams that could probably use Cooper Kupp. But yeah, I would love to see him come to New England, man. Come on, make that happen. You know what I'm saying? But the first one on this list is Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper is the first one on this list. Amari Cooper is a good wide receiver, but he's 31 years of age. So I don't know. Plus, Amari Cooper, I don't know, man. He's just not a true number one to me anymore. But there are going to still be teams out there that I could see him going to, like Dallas or the Chargers, or New England might even pick him up. But I hope to God we do not pick up Amari Cooper. I don't want him on New England. I don't know. Assistant Samuel Jr. He's a quarterback. He's age 25, out of the Chargers. He's the next one on this list. And I don't know much about this guy. I got to be honest. I don't know much about him. Yeah, from what I'm seeing, it says that he has poor tackling and able to play press coverage. But it says that he would be a big asset in the right system. So what system that may be, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the Jets could use a cornerback. The Patriots don't need one because we got Carlton Davis. The Dolphins probably could use a cornerback. The Lions could probably use one since we took Carlton Davis. The Vikings could use one. There's going to be options out there. But yeah, I got to be honest. I don't know much about that guy. All right, this one I'm actually shocked about that he has not been signed yet. And that's Cam Robertson. I actually heard a lot about him coming to New England. And New England did not pick him up. I would have much rather had Cam Robertson over Morgan Moses. Hopefully we can still make it happen and get Cam Robertson. Cam Robertson has been a really good tackle. He was with the Jaguars. I think he played last season with the Minnesota Vikings. He's been a really good offensive lineman. So there's going to be a lot of teams out there like New England and Miami and Indianapolis and New York Jets probably, and I would say the Bears, but the Bears already rebuilt their offensive line. I don't know. There's just going to be a handful of teams out there that needs offensive line help, and I could see any of them taking Cam Robertson. All right, Stephon Diggs is up next. He's age 31 years old. With the addition of not Cam Robertson, with the addition of Christian Kirk going to the Houston Texans, it doesn't look like Stephon Diggs is going to be coming back. I think Stephon Diggs could go to Dallas and play. Rich wants him to come to Dallas and play. So Stephon Diggs and Trevon Diggs could play on the same team, which would be really pretty cool. Two brothers playing on the same team. Honestly, that could fit his head. It could. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of teams. It's just this is the problem with trying to find fits for these players, because you're just going to continue naming off the same people. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the first name, but I know it's Samuel Jr. I didn't even know how the fuck to pronounce that first part. So, and I'm not going to try it again. But no, this is the problem with trying to find fits for the teams, because you're just going to continue naming off the same teams, because there's only those certain teams that need certain positions. But Stephon Diggs, again, this is a dude I could see going to New England. To all the teams that need wide receivers, really. Chargers definitely need one. I could see Stephon Diggs going to the Chargers. I would like that a lot, but I would like it more if he went to Dallas and played with his brother there. All right, defensive tackle Calais Campbell is on the free agency market list. He's age 39 years old. I got to be honest, man, I would love to see Calais Campbell go to a team, but at his age, I'm not sure if he's going to get re-signed. Jameis Winston is still on this list. He's 31 years of age. This one kind of shocked me. I would love Cooper Kupp to come to New England. I definitely would, Uncle Gus. But no, Jameis Winston, this one kind of shocked me because he did really good, in my opinion, for the Browns last season. Given what they had all going on, it felt like Jameis Winston was trying to give it his all out there. And I'm really shocked that Cleveland did not re-sign him. But I would have probably, if I was Cleveland, I would have probably re-signed Jameis Winston and made him my starting quarterback this season. Seeing what he could have done. But anyways, that one kind of shocked me. Jameis Winston will find a home somewhere, as he's going to be a backup quarterback at some organization. We just don't know which one yet, because there's still people like this on the board. Russell Wilson. Okay, I got to admit, I think Russell Wilson is going to be going back to Pittsburgh, so I'm not even going to name off other teams. I think he's going to go back to Pittsburgh on like a 3-year, $40 million contract or something. He is 36 years old. But why else would they have went out and got DK Metcalf? You know what I'm saying? Because Russell Wilson began his career, or ended his career, I should say, in Seattle with DK Metcalf there. And then Pittsburgh went out and traded for DK Metcalf. You also let Justin Fields walk. So I think every sign is pointing towards Russell Wilson going back to Pittsburgh. J.K. Dobbins is still a free agent. He won Comeback Player of the Year. Or no, he didn't win it. He was a Comeback Player of the Year finalist. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. But he is only 26 years old. Now, if J.K. Dobbins can stay healthy like he did last year, he can be a really proven running back. But his inconsistency of not being able to stay healthy is what I think turned the Chargers away from re-signing him. Yeah, I think that's what prevented them from re-signing him. And I don't even know where the hell he could end up at. He could end up on the Browns, which would really suck for him because they're in a rebuild mode and he is 26 years old. But he's still young. He has plenty of time. But yeah, he could end up on the Chargers. He could end up on the Pittsburgh Steelers. He could end up on shoot, I don't even know. He could end up as a running back too for some team as well, you know? So Zadarius Smith is now on the trade block on the free agency list after being let go by the Lions, I believe, this past week. He is 32 years of age, but Zadarius Smith has been good all of his career. So we will see where he ends up at. He is a edge rusher. So where could he end up at? Who knows? Pretty sure the Dolphins, Jets, the Patriots, I wouldn't mind having another edge rusher. And there's just a whole bunch of teams that could end up with him. Mike Williams is a free agent. He's 30 years old. I don't think this man's going to get re-signed by any team. I think Mike Williams' days in the NFL is just about over. He had a good run with the Chargers, but kept on getting injured. Went to Pittsburgh, played shitty as fuck in Pittsburgh. And yeah, I don't know. The only team I could see possibly signing Mike Williams would be Tennessee, and I don't even know if the Titans need a receiver. Wow, Justin Simmons is a free agent. He's age 31. This dude is a good player. I didn't know that he was a free agent. Stephon Gilmore is a free agent. I didn't know that he was a free agent either. He's a really good cornerback as well. So what the fuck? Keenan Allen is a free agent? Okay. I did not know that. Okay. So Keenan Allen is a free agent. Which I think Keenan Allen will get signed on that team, but he'll either be the second or he'll either be the second wide receiver or the slot wide receiver. Here's Cooper Kupp. He's all the way down at 85, ranked 85. What the fuck is this? Cooper Kupp is better than is better than whatchamacallit. Is better than Amari Cooper, in my opinion. Alrighty. Well, I think I'm about to end this live stream because at this point I'm just scrolling through and just randomly seeing Nick Chubb is all the way down here at 101, brother. He is 29 years old, but I think Nick Chubb is better than that, man. I think Nick Chubb by far is the best running back on this free agency list. And I really would like to see him. All right. I would like to see Chubb go somewhere and be a starting running back or at least a third down back or something. But anyways, guys, love the Chubby. Right. Same here, Uncle Gus. And for them to have him all the way down at 101, it's kind of disrespectful. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. At this one, I feel like I'm just being boring, just scrolling through the free agency list and going, oh, well, damn, I didn't know that dude was a free agent. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I love you guys. Hopefully next week this will be a lot more entertaining, and hopefully Mr. McDolphin will rejoin us. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Till next week, I'm out. Peace.